What special educational needs means? Special educational needs is a legal definition and refers to children with learning problems or disabilities that make it harder for them to learn than most children at their age. So, when to know if a child has special needs? A child has special educational needs if they have learning problem disability that make it more difficult for them to learn than most children at their age. They may have problems with schoolwork, such as doing their assignments, quizzes, group works, or even participating in a class. Communication or behavior. Parents can get help and advice from specialists, teachers, and voluntary organizations. So, here we have the four major types of special needs. One is the physical, second is the developmental, third, behavioral or emotional, fourth, we have here the sensory impaired. For physical, these include conditions that affect a person's mobility and physical functioning, such as cerebral palsy, muscular dystrophy, multiple sclerosis, and epilepsy. Cerebral palsy is a condition that affects a person's ability to control their muscles due to brain damage or abnormalities that occur early in life. It can lead to difficulties with movement, coordination, balance, and speech. Muscular dystrophy is a group of genetic conditions that make muscles weaker over time. It can also affect people of different ages. For multiple sclerosis, in this disease, the immune system eats away at the protective covering of the nerves, disrupting communication between the brain and the body. You have also the epilepsy. Those with epilepsy have a tendency to have recurring seizures. Seizures are caused by a sudden burst of electrical brain activity and thus cause a temporary disruption in the messages passing between the brain cells. Second, we have the developmental. Common developmental disabilities are Down syndrome, autism spectrum disorder, and dyslexia. For Down syndrome, this genetic condition is caused by the presence of an extra chromosome in a person's DNA and occurs by chance at conception. As children with Down syndrome will experience delays in mobility and educational development. We have also here the autism. Verbal and nonverbal communication can be affected by autism, which is typically evident before the age of 3. Where a person falls on the autism spectrum can affect their educational performance and social interaction. So the common characteristics associated with autism include repetitive activities and resistance to change in routines. You have also here the dyslexia. This learning disability alters the way the brain processes the written word. Those with dyslexia have difficulty in reading, writing, and spelling. Third, we have the behavioral or emotional. Common behavioral disabilities are ADD or attention deficit disorder, bipolar disorder, and OCD or obsessive compulsive disorder. ADD or attention deficit disorder. A child with ADD may have difficulty staying focused on tasks, following instructions, or completing assignments. They may also appear forgetful or easily distracted. For bipolar disorder, children with bipolar disorder may experience mood swings that can affect their behavior in school. During depressive episodes, they may feel sad and find it hard to concentrate. When they have manic or hypomanic episodes, they might be very energetic, talkative, and impulsive. For OCD or obsessive compulsive disorder, those with OCD have obsessions or excessive thoughts that lead to repetitive, compulsive behaviors. This mental disorder affects people of all ages and results in unwanted, intrusive thoughts and urges. Fourth, we have the sensory impaired. Sensory impairment disabilities are when one of the senses, sight, hearing, smell, touch, taste, spatial awareness, is not at the average functioning level. Common disabilities include limited hearing or visual impairment. While injury and infection can cause sensory impairment, genetics can also play a role. For sight impaired, blindness and loss of sight can be managed and diagnosed by an eye doctor. An assistive technologist can develop a more thorough plan if impairment persists. For hearing impaired, deafness and loss of hearing can affect the way an individual learns and processes. In ear, nose and throat specialists and assistive technologists can help. For sensory processing disorder, a person with sensory processing disorder has difficulty receiving and responding to information from the senses: vision, hearing, touch, smell, and taste. They may have a heightened or lower sensitivity to stimuli like tolerating light, being touched, maintaining eye contact, and loud noises. This can be a disorder on its own, or it may be a characteristic of another special need like autism, dyslexia, MS, or Tourette syndrome. So, how can schools help children with special needs? A school can usually provide help and sometimes use a specialist. If your child has special educational needs, they may need extra help when it comes to their homework, reading, writing, number work, or understanding information. Also, in expressing themselves or understanding what others are saying, making friends, or even interacting with adults. They also need extra help in behaving properly in school and organizing themselves. Loving someone with special needs or going through life with a special need yourself can come with some unexpected gifts. Families of children with Down syndrome know the boundless love and affection that accompanies the condition, allowing them to step back and enjoy life in the moment. People with autism experience life from a different perspective and oftentimes have more intense honesty and curiosity for the world around them. A person living with a sensory processing disorder may find that their body naturally enhances other senses to make everything that much more vibrant. It's all about understanding these needs and knowing that you can get through it or help someone through it by being well informed and surrounded by a support system of love. So that ends my presentation, and thank you.